Okay, hey, this is going to be a crash course on Zoom and how to set up a meeting, how to integrate it with your calendar, and how to run a screen share. So really quick, let's go through this. I've opened up Zoom. I downloaded it on my computer. Of course, I've had this for a while, but I recommend that. And then go to New Meeting. You can also schedule a meeting here. Let's do that first. So if I wanted to schedule a meeting, title it, time, I can use a personal ID, require a password. I never do that. Turn the video on for everyone when they show up. We can say audio is on. Google Calendar, since I've already got that integrated, you can see Outlook, Google Calendar, iCal are all there. Enable people to join before you do, mute participants on entry, or record the meeting automatically on the local computer. All that can be set up as you create your event. As soon as you do this, it will go to your calendar, but it will not go to other people's calendars. So if you share that calendar event, all the links that came in the calendar event are good for them too. So once you schedule it, then it'll go to your calendar as you've integrated it. And if you've shared your calendar or you invite people to that event, they've got all the links and everything they need to sign in. So it's very, very easy to schedule a meeting. I recommend this highly to do. All right, so let's start a meeting. To start a meeting, you can do a couple of different options here. You can just call in, but let's just start one. All right, you should see my big face. We are now using the computer audio. Everything is set up. I'm going to show you how to do all this stuff in Zoom. All right, so now when I click in the window, it may go slow since I have two video softwares going right now. So let's, hold on, here we go. Okay, let's move it out of the way. Okay, so basic functions that you want to be able to set. First of all, your video. If you want to edit video, go down here to where it says stop video. You can turn it off. That's my base. You can turn your microphone off simply by clicking those buttons. This little arrow beside it allows you to edit some things. This is how people are putting crazy backgrounds up behind them. Like that's real. That's my real wall. But if you can choose a virtual background, that wears out your bandwidth. If you're just meeting, you don't need that. Video settings is where you're going to go to check all of your data, right? So this window comes up to make sure I have selected not the one on my computer, but my actual web camera. Here's how I'm shooting. I'm enabled HD. You can mirror or touch up your appearance. Look at this. Oh, look how pretty I am. It smooths off all my hard features, which is crazy. Always just all these different options. This is how you basically can do everything if you click into that. It's also up here in preferences, same window, and gets you to all this. So you can do audio as well. Make sure that your microphone is selected. The speaker I'm using are my headphones, and the microphone I'm using that you don't see here is this PreSonus audio box. Built-in microphone is usually what you'll use. It'll automatically switch to the headphones like these. If you have that plugged straight into your computer, it'll probably pick that up automatically, so you may not have to do anything with this. But if you need to, this is where it's at. You can also say to automatically adjust mic settings. I don't like that. Joined by audio microphone. Press and hold space key to temporarily unmute yourself. So if you're muted on your mic, which is a good practice for big meetings, and you want to say something, you can hit and hold space bar to talk. And it's kind of a manual gate for you to come in. There's a chat feature. This is where you select all those options, your virtual background. If you want to record, I would suggest this choose a location to save recordings after the meeting, and then record a separate audio file for each participant if you're doing a podcast. If not, and you want to record it, uncheck that. If you've got like 6 people in here, you do not need 6 separate recordings, right? Just do the one, unless you're doing an audio podcast, like I said. But if you're just doing a staff meeting and you want to record it for later, then uncheck that so it's just one file. It saves a ton of space on your hard drive. I keep mine turned on because I do podcasts, and I like to edit both tracks for my guest. Record video during screen sharing, yes, and then place video next to the shared screen in the recording so you can, like I'm doing right now, I'm in the bottom here of this video. Advanced features are all done online, so we won't do that. And then stats, you can see how much I've used this thing this week, quite a bit. Keyboard shortcuts and accessibility, all that in this menu. General, you can set up all these different features, how you like, and it will tell you how to do it. So that is your basic setup. If you can get a meeting going, you send this link to people, they will bing bong in and come in, and they'll be able to set up the different types of looks. So you'll have up at the top, in this top area here, when you have a guest, you'll see your window, their window, and then whoever's talking as default. There will also be a button here that says Gallery View that you can click, that puts all the panels in at once for everybody to see at once. You can also do that in View. So let's talk about managing participants. This is an important tab. Right here you can see everyone in the menu that's in the meeting. You can mute everyone or unmute everyone, or even do a couple of different additions here. Now when I go up to this, I can, if it were somebody else, this would say more instead of rename, and it would drop down, and I could say allow them to record. I could say allow them to unmute. You can unmute each individual person when you want them to talk. So if somebody has the floor, that's a great time to use this feature over here. To close this, hit this drop down, hit close. You can also make it pop out so it's in a separate window and doesn't take up your screen space. Okay, so invite. If you want new people to show up to this meeting, hit this. You can copy the URL and just send it to them, and you can do it here if you integrate your email. So if you have your email integrated here, no problem, just send it to them and it will get them to the right place. I have mine in my preferences set up so that as soon as a meeting starts, it copies the link to the clipboard. So it's ready to go. All I have to do is go hit copy, Control P somewhere, and it will send the link to whoever I give it to. The microphone has an options deal too. You can do all kinds of different audio options are here. Anyway, okay, let's talk about screen sharing. This is going to get really crazy. Let's talk about recording first. If you want to record, just hit this button. It will bring up a few little controls there right next to where that is in place of the record button. And when it's done, hit stop or pause. And for each time you hit stop or pause, it's going to, every time you hit stop, not pause, every time you hit stop, it's going to create a new recorded file when you get done. So it's not going to try to process anything while you're doing your meeting. When you're done and you hit end meeting, it's then going to process your video and audio and recording and ask you where you want to put it. So when you're done, you're like, where'd my video go? Just hit end meeting, and then it will process your video, and you can pick where to go get it, and it's very simple. So don't panic. It's there. You're not going to lose it by hitting end the meeting. But when you end the meeting, every video that you recorded in there is going to be exported then. So if you got something else to do, end your meeting a little early so you got time to process it, so you can get back to your computer, because it will take your computer hostage if you have a slower computer. All right, so let's talk about your chat feature. When I hit chat, if somebody's in the group, I can type messages and everybody can see it right here. So this acts as kind of like comment section for a Facebook Live. I can upload files. What else can I do? Allow participants to chat with everyone publicly and privately. So I could even find someone and give us, send them a DM and just have a private message with just them during the meeting. So if people look like they're not paying attention, it might be because they're chatting over there. Let's talk about screen sharing really quick. The options for sharing is one participant can share at a time, or you can allow a lot of people to share the screen at a time, which is fun and chaotic, or you can just dig into these advanced options here. But basically, it starts with share. Now it's going to bring up this window and ask, what screen do you want to share? Couple of options here that are really cool that a lot of people don't know about. I have two desktops, so I can share desktop 1, which is what I'm looking at right now. My desktop 2, which is my second screen over there. I can create a whiteboard, which allows me to draw, and everybody can see that just like a real whiteboard. iPhone, iPad via AirPlay allows me to hook up one of those devices via AirPlay, just like you would stream to a TV or something. Or if I have it plugged in, I can do it via cable, which are really cool options if you're trying to do that call in for the seniors in your group who don't understand all this technology and just want to call a phone number and listen to the message. If you wanted to play the message from an iPad or a phone or even your computer, you can do it here. I'll show you how to do it on the computer. And then it can even break down each individual what you want to share. Go to advanced, and you can see computer sound only is an option, or a content from a second camera. So I've had 2 cameras set up. One's facing over there, one's facing on me. I could have a live webinar going on while I'm talking too in the corner. It's crazy what you can do with this program. Share computer sound is something you can click here, but if you click computer sound only, it grays that out because it's going to do that anyway, right? Content from a second camera, again, you've got these options. Do I want the sound? Do I want, and that's your notification sounds, or if you're playing a file, you need that on. So if you want to be able to play a file from your computer while this screen craziness is happening, you need to have that on. And then you can hit share. And once I hit share, it goes live. So let's go back to desktop 2 so you can see what I'm doing. And I hit share, and look how it is. That's my screen over there. And this is my screen here on video, right? So it's really tough to do this like this. So when I'm done, if I want to stop sharing, there's a little menu here. I don't know if you can see this. There's a little button at the top, at the bottom. You hit stop share, and then you stop sharing. So pretty self-explanatory, I think. Full screen could be nuts. I don't know if I do that. Just hit escape if you hit it on accident and want to get out of it. And I think that's pretty much it for Zoom. So hopefully that's a crash course in how to do, in the meeting. And then you want to end that meeting, or please assign another host. No, let's just end the meeting for all, and we're out. All your meeting schedule will appear right here, so you can just hit start, and it will take you directly to the link that you've shared with everybody, and you're in. It's really, really great. Or if you just want to record a video, you can just share your screen and not go online and just do it here. Very, very simple. There's a meeting you know of with ID. You can hit join and put in the link or personal link and set it up, and then it'll hit join. So Zoom is an incredible tool. Cancel. Zoom is an incredible tool. There's so many ways you can use it. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, hit me up, Seth@sethmuse.com. See ya.